So, Debbie, you are a leadership coach and you've also run Jackhammer, which is Africa's premier executive search firm for over 2 decades. So, you really sit at the nexus of leadership appointment and leadership development. And while intrinsically we know that those two go hand in hand, I don't know that anybody has unpacked the mechanics of why that is. So, as the expert on both, tell us why.
So, first of all, yes, CEO of Jackhammer Global, the executive search firm, but also within our group, we have Virtual Coaching Partners, which is our leadership coaching platform. And the idea for that, the nexus of that was really realizing that companies pay a ton of money and put a lot of emphasis on the process of finding a great leader for a hard to fill role, and then they use an executive search firm for that. And then they place almost no emphasis on what to do when that leader arrives for their first day of work and for their first 90, 100 days, the fabled 90, 100 days. And the really strong view that I and many leadership coaches have, that every person who arrives in a senior role at an organization needs support, and they need support of a great coach. If you think about it, top athletes require a coach in order to support their optimal performance. And if we think about leaders as corporate athletes, then they also need coaches to help them perform at their best, both in terms of what they're doing and how they're doing it from a mindset point of view. And when people join a new organization, they're at a kind of vulnerable state where they're supposed to know everything, but they possibly don't. And they're going to need some guidance and support, both in terms of mindset and people navigation and the general onboarding space, in order to really, the so-called hit the ground running. That doesn't always happen. A great coach can really play a massive role in helping that leader to succeed.
What about the impact on retention and actual success?
Without a doubt, leaders who feel supported and who have an expert to rely on for the first phase when they've just joined a new organization, without a doubt, their onboarding and their ability to get going on their mandate is accelerated. Long term, when people at executive and leadership levels have a coach by their side, working with them periodically to deal with the inevitable challenges that arise, their ability to stay focused and motivated and to handle the stresses and strains of what makes up the day in the life of every leader is smoothed out and absolutely impacts retention for sure. Is there a lot of data to show that? I think some organizations do have data, but I think there's more just the qualitative experience of leaders who have an amazing coach to support them through their leadership journey. They will absolutely, hands down, always tell you that they couldn't have done it without the support of a really skilled coach by their side.